looky here. Brand new turn lane. They say it's growing fast around here in St. Johns County. And it's quite evident. Well, folks, taking a little ride today. Today's topic is going to be about motorcycle helmets. When I first started riding motorcycles back in 1988. Prior to that, actually, a mini bike when I was a kid, if I want to go there. Maybe I'll throw a picture up of that. I still have one around. But anyhow, when I got serious about motorcycles in the late 80s, 1988, of course, me and all my friends, the people that got me into riding, they were like, yeah, you don't need no helmet, that's a bunch of bullshit. You know, the usual stuff that people say that don't wear helmets. So I was one of them guys. I didn't wear a helmet. I had a shorty helmet for when I go on the base, because I was stationed in California at the time. I was in the Navy. So over the years, you know, after I retired from the Navy in '96, I still rode my motorcycle. I lived out in Las Vegas, and I used to ride around one of them non-dot little brain buckets. Very comfortable, I'll say that. It was just enough to skirt the law, so to speak. Anyway, it wasn't up until about 3 or 4 years ago I started saying, you know, I should get a decent helmet. Because the world's changed a lot since the 80s and 90s. Everybody's on a cell phone these days. You get a lot of distracted drivers. And you get people with attitudes that I'll do what I want. To hell with the speed limit. I'll make turns where I want. Yeah, it's just annoying. So, a little bit of added protection, I feel a full face helmet is the way to go. If somebody were to tell me that years ago when I was in my 20s, I'd be sporting a full face helmet one day, I wouldn't have believed it. Anyway, the helmet I'm wearing today is the Shoei RF-SR. I really like this helmet. I picked a orange color because it makes myself a little more visible. Something else is important. I mean, one of the biggest problems when riding a motorcycle is you're not visible to people, especially when they're not paying attention. So anything you can do to make yourself more visible is helpful. I have several full face helmets now. When I first got the idea about getting one, I went with a Moto. It was on sale, and I really like the style of it. It's kind of like a dirt bike helmet almost, but it's made for street. It's not the dirt bike colors. And I was wearing that one around, and it doesn't have a visor, which I kind of like. Even now, I should have this closed, but I don't. I've just gotten used to feeling the wind when I ride. Another helmet I have is the Bullitt. I really like the Bullitt. That's a really wide aperture, so once again, it feels like you're not wearing a helmet almost at all. I mean, you know you got a helmet on, but it's almost like having a 3/4 helmet. The only problem with that one is the chin bar is so small that I don't know how much protection it would actually afford a person if they was to land on their face. I'm sure some. I really like that mostly for the style. A good friend of mine passed away, unfortunately, and prior to that he had bought a brand new Bell qualifier. And once he did pass away, his wife offered me the helmet, and I said sure. It was brand new. I don't think he actually ever wore it. So that's when I tried that, and I said, wow, this is pretty comfortable having all this protection up on my cheeks. I kind of like the feel of it. I rode that around a little bit as well, and then I decided I wanted something high-end. I wanted to go Shoei, so here I am today. I kept most of my old half helmets, the non-dot approved ones. For a time there I was wearing a German Army helmet. I really liked that. Mostly for the rise I get out of people from wearing it. I know they become commonplace after a while. When I first got there, there was people cursing me out in the street when I was living out in Las Vegas, thinking I'm some kind of, you know what they're thinking, but that's not me at all anyway. I just like the style of it. Remind me of 60s chopper culture. Well, people, that's my take on motorcycle helmets. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe to J&D Motorcycles. And as always, have an outstanding day.